I'm gonna give it like 1 and 2 and a... Indeed. Greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me here again. On another day. Damn. It's been difficult today. It's been so difficult, but here we are. Here we are. I do want to say something worth saying right off the bat. And then I want to get into the title, because the title I feel is almost something worth saying right in its own. This is the one. You have been anointed with the ability to choose that which you would wish to perceive. Right? Like, I'm going to say it one more time. You have been anointed with the ability to choose that which you would wish to perceive. And that kind of, little bug, that kind of flows directly into the thing, or at least the title of today as well. And it goes, everything that is real was imagined first. Yo. Everything that is real was imagined first. I forgot to add the freaking Sober October counter again. Everything that is real was imagined first. I'm probably going to keep hitting on that today. Everything that was imagined was ripped away from the real. I don't actually think so, Cable. I don't actually think so. I don't think it was ripped away, dude. It's very much a part of. You know, the way that I'm considering that information, you know, the fact that we consider ourselves real, right? We look down and we see these hands. And we're like, yeah, I'm real. These are my real hands. Which, at least to me, you know, by inferring information, means that we were imagined, first and foremost. What imagined us? You know, you don't imagine things that doesn't fascinate, interest, you know, inspire you. So why be imagined in the first place? Huh? How about that? Everything that is real was imagined first. Cable, I appreciate you joining me, dude. Cody, thank you for joining me as well on Slack. Christabel. Oh, good morning. Okay, well, I want to... Whoa. I went to bed to you as well. Oh, that's beautiful, Slack. Are you... Wait a second. Did you wake up again? In the meantime? Like, I'm confused, Slack. Thank you for joining me, though. I appreciate you joining us in the space. Christabel, good morning to you, friend. How are you doing today? I hope that you're well. You want to bed me? That's also what I thought, Cable. For a second, I was like, what? Is that what Slack is saying? I'm like, Cable, you're freaking gonna have to start running, dude. They're after you now. Infamous one, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for the hugs. I appreciate it eternally. Hehe. I did last night. There you go, Cable. Oh, I like that. Nothing is real, but everything is real. But nothing is. That's, you know, that's the thing, dude. That's the thing that I'm tripping about right now. And then again, you know, our thing worth saying, with that understanding, you know, if nothing is real, but everything is real, then again, you have been anointed with the ability to choose that which you would wish to perceive. That which you want to make real, you have the ability to. If you can imagine it, you can make it real. Oh, goodness. Do I want to believe that? It's something that's kind of intimidating to believe, because some of the imaginations I have is so absurd that I think it impossible. I imagine a bright future, for example, you know. It's constantly something I'm imagining. So if I can imagine it, and I believe if all of us can imagine that reality for us, then we can make it real. We absolutely can That is what I meant. I feel you completely, Kevo. I feel you completely, man. Thank you for joining us, dude. How are you doing? And the bad Ninja is here as well. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Banana. The agreed upon reality and the personification of the universe. You Ninja. Ninja Banana 420. You are the personification of the universe. The person of the universe, dude. Every single one of us. Every single one of us are, excuse me, as, you know, like nodes. And in Buddhist understanding, these nodes understanding of, you know, individuals as divine beings, you know, kind of being scattered throughout this universe, all interconnected. And then there's the understanding that it's not so much about the nodes, it's not about each individual as a being, but it's about the connection between them. Like the information is to be found within that transferring of energy between beings. And that is what's most important. That is what's divine. And that is why we're here, to do that. It's not about, you know, just being a node. Like, oh, it's cool being a node. It's fantastic, you know, we get to experience things, we get to walk around, eat things, procreate, dance to music. But if we only do that for ourselves, then it's a little bit lackluster. It becomes something that we lose, I want to say almost lose interest in. And as soon as you realize that it's about that connection, you know, it's not just about being your node itself, it's about, you know, sharing that. Like our friend Beast Bellies, he said something that really resonated with me. And he said, radiate your essence. You know, the nodeness of you, if you can think of it as this, you know, single point of light, radiate outwards. You know, contracting into yourself and making yourself less than you are by not giving yourself, if you will, is the biggest atrocity you can commit to yourself. That's going to be our intention for today. Radiate, my friends. Or do I want to say radiate? I kind of want to say imagination. You know what? I could do both. Yeah, radiate and imagination. Radiate imagination. Tastes funky. Mariah, good morning to you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? Who loves you, baby? I love you all, and me, you. Thank you, Infamous One, for joining us. Savior Demon, me, you, friend. You're it, Savior Demon. You're it, friend. Know it to be true. And I don't mind it. Everyone can want whatever they want. Exactly, dude. Even though I agree with you, I kind of believe we want the same things, Cahill. You know, ultimately at least. Like, it's the same thing we're pursuing, but our ways of getting there will differ. And it's not about fixing, you know, that stuff. It's more about accepting. Just becoming aware of that and living into that reality. Every single one of us is pursuing happiness, pursuing life, pursuing understanding, pursuing community in our own ways, and respecting one another in that journey is absolutely essential. Choice. Oh yeah, dude, choice. Ada, thank you for joining us, dude. How are you feeling today, man? It's nice to have you here as well. I went to bed about 4 a.m. Melty. Wait, what? You woke I woke up at 9 a.m. Well, that's impressive, Slag. That's impressive. I don't know how you do it. But it is impressive. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I genuinely appreciate you. Oh, Aunt B is here as well. Thank you for joining us, Mrs. Poop the Snoot. Hey, boo. Choice is the magical part. Choice. You can choose to imagine as well, dude. or you can choose not to. You know, it's interesting to me that people choose not to. It kind of baffles me sometimes. Like, and I'm serious about that. Like, some people, you will, you know, want to have like a conversation with them, or, you know, go through some sort of mental experiment, and you'll tell them, just imagine for a second this reality, and they'll be like, nope, I won't. I'm like, wait, just for like a second, to just imagine what it would be like. Nope, I refuse to. Why is that, dude? Do they not want it to be real? Are they so afraid of the possibility of it being real that they don't even want to for a second imagine it? Maybe the imagination of it and the potential of it being real gives them the sense that they're going to perceive some sort of suffering. I don't know, it might be. Oh, Klepto! Morning to you, Fred. Thank you for joining us again. So nice to have you here. What I found, melt. What I found, melt in this recent journey. What I found, melt in this recent journey. Okay, I get you. I believe 100% what you're saying as well, dude. Whew. The power of a choice, you know. And I've been really confronted with that as well, you know, since I've chosen to go on the journey I am right now, with the fasting and the abstaining from pornography and marijuana and caffeine. And today was the hardest day yet. Like, technically it's supposed to get a little bit easier after day 5. Today was grueling. Like, fuck, I suffered. I proper suffered. Like, I went to the fridge and I opened the fridge, and then I just look at the food and I see fresh strawberries, and I see, you know, smoked chicken breasts, and I see, you know, leftover lasagna, and I see, you know, baked potatoes that got baked in like sheep fat, and I'm just dying. I'm like, I can't eat any of this. And then I go back, you know, I go back into being like kind of grounded, if you will. And then I feel like this anxiety kind of builds in me, because technically our brains are literally hardwired to seek food, to look for food. Like, it's something that keeps being fired in your brain. That's why if you don't have anything in your fridge, you'll still go back to your fridge and check your fridge again, even though you did that like an hour ago. Even though an hour ago you didn't, you know, change any, you know, things, you didn't put anything new in the fridge, you still go back to that fridge and you check it, because of that little monkey pressing that button, go, look for food, look for food, look for food. I'm like, damn it, stop. I don't want to look for food. I know where the food is. I want it chillax, please, monkey. Made me pace, made me like mildly irritable, but I didn't lash out, I didn't break. I feel absolutely fantastic. Whew. I believe it will get a little bit easier, hopefully tomorrow. I'm gonna, fingers crossed, hopefully it gets easier tomorrow. Oh, Java, thank you for joining us. She says, oh hey, I missed the stream notification because I was watching a cockatoo dancing on loop. Good morning, friends. Good morning to you, Jovan. Thank you for joining us, my beloved friend. Like, I don't know if I should do this, but I kind of want to do this. Just because it's something that came up as an intention instantly, you know, seeing you, Jovan. Jovan, at the moment, is, with this account she's using right now, Jobot Makes Things, is trying to gather enough common karma so that she can actually stream from this account. She's been streaming from her old account, but she wants to switch over streaming to this, with this account, if you will. So, if you friends would be willing, can you go and sprinkle some updates on her comments, please? Please? please. I want her to start streaming ASAP. Is that imagination impacts true choosing? If that imagination impacts true choosing, doesn't allow me to see things as they are. You're missing me a little bit, Cable. I'm sorry, man. Morning, so it's good to put it all aside, so it as it is. So see it as it is, all that it is, and then choose from genuine understanding. Dude, you are as it is. Everything is as you are. There is no escaping any of it, Cable. You're not separate from any of it, dude. You know, realigning yourself and choosing to do things differently, again, is you creating some sense of novelty. And in creating novelty, you're creating possibility for neuroplasticity. And through doing this, we allow ourselves to choose. Choose with even more understanding, even more alignment. Understandable though, it's hard not to get distracted by burps. Especially Jovan, nudge, nudge. Otherwise, the mind is very tricky and loves to fool itself. Yes, the transfer gets put in turmoil. Morning slag. When it rains, thank you for the I appreciate that, my friend. That's beautiful. For the heartwarming Crystal Bell and for the helpful special strawberry. It's been forever since I've seen you, friend. Thank you for joining us again, and thank you for joining us as well. When it rains, how are you doing, friend? Because without true attention, I can't perceive it as it is, and then the convention, divine connection gets besmirched. No, it doesn't. It cannot be besmirched, dude. Like, there is no failing. There's no failure whatsoever. Even if I, spend my entire life as a hobo on some sort of street corner and ever leaving that street corner, surviving off of the few coins that people are willing to give me, on a, worldly level, it can be seen as a failure, a besmirched connection to the divine. But there is no such thing, dude. There is no separation, Cable. Right now, I'd rather make nothing. Right now, I'd rather make nothing all my life than create from lack. And I'm creating more than ever before. Ain't it a trip? It is, dude. I think you understand the point I'm trying to make as well. And I feel you understand it. But I also feel... What am I feeling? I'm like trying to identify, dude. There's some sort of resistance. Maybe that's the feeling. It's just resistance. Like there's something that feels hostile. Huh, Cable? You wanna fight, dude? I'll fight you. No, I won't. I'll probably just, hug you until you give up. Imagine radiation. Unfortunately, I understand how actual radiation works, Cody. So I'm just imagining these free radicals, yeeting through my body, wrecking my DNA. If I imagine radiation. This is like, oh, I'm dying now. Okay, good. That's beautiful, Cable. Cable is absolutely in tune. Dan, he says, Mel fam, I'm tuning in from my new place at Queens, New York. Well done, dude. I'm so happy for you. How's it been, Dan? I've been thinking about you and missing you, man. Like, oh, bro, you're in your new place? How's your mom doing, man? Now I'm curious, actually. Must have been hard for her as well to say goodbye. How are you doing, friend? How's the new place treating you, man? Reminds me of the beginning of the Tool song, Third Eye, where he says, none of this is real, and we're all the imagination of ourselves. Oh, there we go. Now, here's Tom with the weather. We are the imagination of ourselves. Everything that is real was imagined first. We are real because we were imagined first. Divine mind pictured the infamous one, pictured a klepto, pictured a red clicker, pictured a Cable, pictured a Jovan, a Toasty, an Edmund, a Lee, an Aaron, a Jeff. I'm missing Gare Bear now, a Naomi, a Harley. Each and every single one of us, my friends. Like, I could go forever. We were imagined first, and you don't imagine things. You don't actively, rather, imagine things if it doesn't serve you. You don't actively imagine things that you don't like imagining. So we were so liked, if you will, in the grand imagination that we became real. Oh, Red Legger, thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice to have you here. I appreciate Tom. Tom gives the weather good. Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks? Ah, yes. Yeah, congrats, Dad. So much love being said to Dan as well. Look him up. Great note of the universe and had the balls to be it as is. I think I know who you're talking about. Bill Hicks. Like, it sounds familiar, but I'm not, like, there's no, face or literature or doing, unfortunately, behind it. It's just kind of like this vague, oh yeah, I have that in there somewhere, kind of, knowing of it. I may or may not listen to that song daily. Yes. Let's do it, dude. Gosh, it's such a good song. Oh, yes. I definitely listen to the 10,000 Days album daily. Like, I don't know if this is going to be controversial, but Tool's newest album has been my personal favorite. I'm probably a bad fan for not knowing the album's name, but I can perfectly visualize what it looks like. So many eyes. Oh goodness. So many eyes. All of the eyes. Everywhere. There is only the eye. My friends, there is only the eye. Yay, mommy! Yo, I'm so happy to see you. I've missed you, my friend. Like, I was thinking about you, actually, and I was like thinking, I wonder when Mammy's gonna be back. I'm missing you. Thank you for joining us again, my friend. Cognitive dissonance is difficult. Some people just cannot handle it. It's true, Aiden. Oh, it's Cody, sorry. Perfectly put, Cody. Some people don't know how to. Some people never kind of equip themselves with the ability to. And I feel, a part of this reality is kind of cognitive dissonance. It's literally duality in everything. There has to be these two things, constant weights pulling you apart in both directions. But it's still you. It is all that duality is measures, like units of measurement or qualities of, the same singularity. Maybe that's why it's difficult for people to deal with cognitive dissonance. Like, okay, so, like, let me tell you what's going on in my mind. So I was thinking, like, maybe that's why people have a hard time dealing with cognitive dissonance, because of the fact that they understand the oneness and experience the duality. But I also then in the same moment felt that people that don't know how to deal with cognitive dissonance don't necessarily have the understanding of being the singularity. Like, they constantly find themselves on one of the sides, and they don't realize it's them bouncing back and forth. What do you think? What do you think, friend? Wings for Mary has a special spot in my soul. People don't want to imagine things because they're comfortable with what they know, or they're afraid of change. Beautifully said, Ninja. Yeah, I think that might be right on the nail, dude. Right on the nail. Get in. Good morning. Hello, Mammy. Good morning to you. Pass the rum and coke. I have water. I can pass you some water. Will that be okay, Fred? Thank you for joining us. I think it's the first time I've ever seen you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Rumi is the name. Thank you for letting me know, Mammy. Rumi. I'll try and remember. Pass the rum and coke. Rum. Rum, Rumi. Okay, I think I have solidified it in my brain. Toasty, woo! I'm so happy I made it in here today, as am I, Mammy. I'm so happy you're here today, my friend. And Toasty, I haven't actually seen you just yet. Toasty, thank you for joining us as well, dude. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? That sounds really hard. Yeah. Sometimes just being alive can be really hard. you know, and making life even harder can sometimes benefit us in the way where if we stop making life harder for ourselves, it's not as hard. And then we kind of get caught in that understanding. You know, we get caught in the understanding that or rather, I don't, maybe it's not understanding, maybe it's just the instinct, you know, to make life hard for ourselves. Why do we do that? I believe, you know, so that if we stop doing that, life isn't as hard anymore. But what happens to people is they just keep making life difficult for themselves indefinitely. They never stop. They never allow themselves the relief of actually not doing that. That fear is the crux of it, Melt. Fear is the crux of it, dude. Just period. Fear and judgment, as opposed to love and forgiveness. Fear and judgment is this ripping apart of, taking away of, where love and forgiveness is this opening to and giving towards. Man, feels so simple, feels so trivial sometimes, and yet, you know, we can say these things to ourselves, and then all of the neural pathways attached to those understandings just kind of get lit up again, creating these visceral feelings. I bow before the participants of Sober October. Yes. Yeah, no, of course not. That's what. Thank you though, Fred. I appreciate your support and love. I love you, Christabel. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Genuinely, it's so nice to have you here as well. I was going to do it, but then I changed my mind. It's okay completely, Mammy. Wait a second. Do you drink, Mammy? Because I know you don't smoke bud. I don't know if you eat edibles. But there's no shame in it either. I was actually thinking, I unfortunately missed it. Like as I was trying to click on it, it was already deleted because Paul deletes his streams. But Paul, another streamer friend, TFTRAV, I believe his username is, he's doing Obese October. So he's just slamming drinks, eating burgers and pizza. And I'm just like, yes, thank you, Paul. Thank you for allowing me to live through you, you know, for bringing this energy into the world so that I don't have to. Thanks for the engagement today, Mel. I need to make a choice, and fear of what could go wrong is holding me back. It will impact other people. Like, Strawberry, the masculine nature of me, you know, wants all of the information and then wants to problem solve. And the feminine nature of me is just like, come here. Yeah. I love you, Strawberry. Know that, you know, the most difficult decisions usually have the most beautiful payouts, if you will. Think of risk as down payments to success. How about that? How long are you fasting? First time tuning in. It's nice to have you here, Rumi. Today is day 6. I want to go like it's a want. It's like a egoic want for me to go until the end of the month. And if I make it to the end of the month, I would probably want to go for 40 days. But I am very much in tune with the way I feel and the things I think I need. So if I feel that I need to break the fast before then, I won't feel bad in doing so. And I'll let you friends know. Do you want to see something wild though? Might be a little bit embarrassing, but let me show you. So this pair of pants, last year this time, was too small for me. As in, it was so tight that it didn't fit properly. Yeah. Yeah. I have lost 20 kilograms in the last year. Oh man, it doesn't really feel so good to say that, but it's been quite a ride. Oh, it's a great song. Definitely hits me in the feels. Timelines. I don't think I instantly recognize just the Wings for Mary, unfortunately. I do look forward to going and listening to it now. I was actually listening to a Tool song because you friends were talking about it before the stream started. I think I listened to Birch. Is it Birch? Birth? Bridge? And then Stinkfist. Sometimes. There we go. Not timelines, sometimes. And that's why I can't let the fear of form and function keep me from making. It never did. It never did, Cable. You're here in form to serve your function. It's not something that will ever keep you from creating, because you are a ceaseless creator indefinitely. We only create. And you're like, oh Melt, what if I lay in the bed and watch memes all day? Yeah, you've created the experience of laying in bed and watching memes all day. You cannot cease creating. As soon as you lift your head up from your pillow, you have created the sensation, the feeling, the action of lifting your head from a pillow. You are a ceaseless creator, my friend. Ooh, unstopped by anything, unkilled by all of it, eternal throughout it. Oh goodness, keep us to be honest, cause that fear Melt is very pervasive. Like it is if you want to believe that, Cable. That's the thing I believe, dude. Again, we become the stories we tell ourselves, man. If you tell yourself you're scared of those things, if you keep bringing them up as a potential fear, you're going to keep being in fear of those things. Like I am, in a lot of ways, very limited right now of what I'm capable of doing. I don't have, I have $60. I have $60, dude. That's how much I have. And yet, it hasn't limited me in any way. It's limited me in the ability to buy things. It's limited me in the ability to, go out into the world and live wherever I want or do whatever I want. But it hasn't limited me. And nothing ever will. Nothing ever can, dude. The world is a better place when I can smoke my marijuana. So for me too, if it was one, I'd love it, dude. Marijuana is, I don't know if this is weird, but I kind of have a romantic relationship with marijuana even. I feel marijuana, and I like using the word marijuana for the same reason. It's very feminine, and the way that I perceived marijuana and the way that I was received by marijuana was in a loving way, where I was angry and depressed and confused and lashing out at the world. When I started smoking bud, it was this calming down of, it was like having a significant other taking me in her arms and being like, okay. And me being this, rage monkey, and her just being like, okay, it's okay. You relax, you scream yourself out. I'm still gonna be here if you need it. So I agree completely, my friend. But, even though I agree with that, even though I absolutely love the relationship I have with marijuana, I felt like I was abusing it. It felt like it wasn't a loving relationship as it was a dependent relationship. Because I felt in some ways that I was using marijuana to accentuate my personality, my activities, my actions, my ability to enjoy meals. And when it gets to that point, when it becomes a dependence, a complete dependence, it instantly shakes me. Okay, something needs to change. I need to take a break. I need to remember again why it is I'm doing it. Why it is I enjoy it, why it is I feel it's important in my life. And that is just the way that I am. Sometimes I have to take things away from myself to just really realize how much I appreciate it. So I refuse their fear because they don't want it either. Their fear? Like, Cable, I feel like you're talking in, very vague ways, and, like, I don't understand some of the things you're saying. Dude, you need to give me more information, because you've been so freaking vague as of late, dude. You haven't told me jack shit. Nothing, Cable. I've been trying, dude. I've been, like, asking, and you're just like, oh, yeah, things are the way they are, I'm like, no, Cable. Damn it, how am I supposed to know if you don't tell me? But the fear makes them believe otherwise. So fuck that noise. I agree completely, dude. People will always, be kind of aligned with fear because it's a very visceral thing. And as a humanoid or a being on this planet, let's just talk about the human being on this planet. Fear for a long time kept us alive. If you're fearful of potential predators in your environment, you have a higher likelihood of being aware, and then as a result have a higher likelihood of surviving. But we're not in as much danger anymore. Interestingly enough, our biggest threat in this day and age is us. Yeah. And not just, us as humanity, but the person you're looking at in the mirror. You are both the devil and the angel. Both darkness and light. And what you choose to align yourself with, what you choose to completely, take, if you will, that is what's going to happen. Some people hold on to fear because it's something they understand. Doesn't make it right, though. Doesn't make it right. Well done. Dude, loving the shirt, sending you happy vibes. Thank you. I appreciate the happy vibes. Sending you some back as well, my friend. Hello all. Peace and light to you, Big Mechanic. And light and peace to you as well, friend. Thank you so much. Dankie. Dankie jij, Javan. Dankie jij. Actually, yeah. Just saying, hey man. And saying, hey, right back to you. Hamilton? I like that. Hey Hamilton. I mean, you're probably gone, but love you though. Roxa 99. It's been forever, friend. Love to you as well. Thank you for joining us. How is your brother, mate? I'm guessing you're probably asking about Vessel. I'm feeling a bit spicy, Toasty. I did say, like, the irritability it's nagging me, dude. It feels like I'm, like, running in place. It's like my brain is, like, screaming at me to go and, find food. And I'm like, nope. And it's like, ah! And I'm like, nope, yeah, no. I'm sorry, dude. Like, it's only in love, Like, even if I'm a bit spicy, it's only in love. And again, Big Mechanic, like, if you're talking about Vessel, the brother who would potentially, not be okay, he is. I took him through a psychedelic journey very recently, and I feel it was very healing for him as well. We had good conversations. He's doing well, my friend. Fortunately, he is doing well. When I flipped to imagine radiation, you went in the direction I hoped. Yes, Cody, you saw the patterns my mind would go into, my friend. Thank you for helping me co-create that experience, friend. I feel this. Oh, yes. Oh, deleted. It's been forever as well. Did you know atoms are recycled like plastic? So atoms that could be stardust, could be me. No, not could be. Is, unfortunately. Yeah, I would say, deleted. Like, atoms are more efficiently recycled than plastic can be. We are quite literally made of stardust. What happens on a cosmic level, the most basic of elements, hydrogen and helium, make up the bulk of our stars. And then because of the sheer amount of mass that star has, the cores of it become so freaking compressed that these things nuclear fuse with one another. Then these simple, atoms, like one atom or one proton, like little atom, or two protons, little atom, literally get crushed into one another, building new atomic structures. And then, eventually, that thing collapses into itself and becomes a supernova or a black hole. But if it becomes supernova, it literally ejects trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of tons of mass into the universe. And then those masses, now having new chemical compounds, new atomic structure to it, consolidate again. And that becomes our planets. And then from our planets comes life, literally building themselves from the very molecules that the planets are made up of, building into us. We are stardust, my friends. We are the stardust. That is fucking cool. It's so cool. Oh, my mom is doing well. It is hard for both of us to say goodbye. Luckily, I see her again soon in November for Thanksgiving. I'm so happy to hear that. Dan, that sounds amazing, man. You must look forward to that as well. Like, I genuinely look forward to, like, joining a Thanksgiving dinner with you friends at some point. There we go. We are all made of stars. Yes, Ninja. Yes, we are. And dinosaurs. Yep. You know the trip about little plastic dinosaurs? Plastic is made from why can't I say that word? Petroleum. There we go. Petroleum. Plastic is made from petroleum, and petroleum is made from dinosaurs. So plastic dinosaurs are dinosaurs. Yes, let's melt. Are we made of dinosaurs? Use maybe bits. Maybe bits of us are. Not as impressive as stars. I just like Jurassic Park too much, so the idea makes me happy. I feel it, dude. I mean, like, if you want to get technical about it, technically we share DNA with dinosaurs. So, part and parcel, yes, we are made of dinosaurs as well. You know, the trippy part about DNA is the fact that they can take a chicken, find the DNA that expresses teeth, you know, because chickens are technically just very old relatives. Not old relatives, what's the word I'm looking for? Very far down the evolutionary chain, if you will. That would be a better way to describe it. So they still have the DNA, it's just unexpressed. So they find that DNA, they express it, and you know what happens? Chicken grew teeth. Yeah. Yeah. It's possible for us as well. You know, we have like 97, 98, something like that, % unexpressed DNA just in our beings. We have a lot of redundancies as well. We have like 5 sets of the same DNA. So if our body ever, you know, loses access or some sort of DNA gets hurt, we have these redundancies to fall back upon. Oh goodness. My brain is kind of all over the place right now. I'm thinking about so many things. I felt that. Me too. I'm glad, Boop. That means you can't separate the noise from the music. Oh, yes. Matthias! Ooh, hugs to you as well, friend. Thank you so much. That's metal as fuck. And dinosaurs. That's a divine gift, Boop. Oh, absolutely. I agree completely. Sending hugs to everyone, and hugs right back to you, Matthias. Everyone is sending you hugs right now. Matter cannot be destroyed, so atoms get recycled. Yup. You're right, Deleted. We're not, you know, arguing with you, my friend. We're agreeing with you in different ways, if you will. Hugs back from you. I agree, friend. Favorite Tool song is 46 and 2. Always sends chills down my spine. If you friends would be willing to, can each and every single one of you, you know, that is on the Discord, send me your favorite Tool song. Then I can, like, create like a playlist for myself and just like go through them. The knee slaps. They're passionate. Super passionate. Infamous one. Oh, Melt coming out of the Fear Inoculum album. Hot. Fear Inoculum. Yes. Thank you so much. You're completely right, Aiden. Like, as soon as I like imagined that, you know, album cover and all of those, you know, it's like the inward going spiral, and then within that spiral is these, like, it's kind of like blackish and all of these eyes. I just, you know, realized again, you know, where that kind of visualization comes from. ahead of me. Everything we physically are started as small, dense balls that exploded across the universe. So yes, very much so. There we go. Cody perfectly put as well, my friend. Good morning, evening to you. It's so nice having you here, Auntie. I admire your happiness and desire to connect to the whole. It sounds like you are also challenging yourself to learn through suffering, such as long-term fasting. By the time you read this, I will be gone, but I wish you wisdom in your search. Thank you, Rumi. That's beautiful, my friend. Sending you so much life. I just combined love and light. At least I tried to in the same word. Love and light to you, friend. Even though you're not here anymore, I'm sending you good vibes. Can you recommend any scented candles or mood setters for meditation? Ooh, strawberry. That's a good question, and I wish I had a proper answer. Maybe lavender and chamomile, you know, because at least lavender, we know that it has a central nervous system calming effect. So if you want to meditate, being calm would, you know, benefit you. So lavender scented candles, I guess. If I had to pick something for myself with the limited amount of knowledge I have right now, that would be it. Fear Inoculum, new Tool album. I still think Opiate is my all-time favorite. Thank you for joining and for sharing that, Big Mechanic. Fear Inoculum is the correct answer. Thank you for letting me know. I hope I'll remember. Oh, I like to burn white sage or lavender candles. Infamous One hitting on the same note. Thank you, Infamous One. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, my friend Rumi. Oh, look who it is, Katie. Thank God you're all here. Thank you, God, for being here. I appreciate you joining us, Katie. It's so nice to have you here. I personally recommend incense. You can buy it for like $1 at Walmart. The lavender is just so nice. Oh, goodness. Okay, now I'm starting to trip out. The synchronicity is making me shake. I'm stressed AF with my roommate. You want to tell us about it, Katie? We're here with you, my friend. Well, listen. For you to notice this, you must have it in yourself as well. Thank you for saying that. So much fun. Before our friend, you know, is completely gone. And now he will receive, or she will receive, Rumi. He will receive, I don't know, that message. And I agree completely. You know, everything, anything you see within me is very much within you. Because you cannot perceive that which you do not know, friend. If you're looking at something, like for instance, like you have weird AI generated art that is literally made with the purpose of having no recognizable things. And you can look at that thing and it doesn't make any sense to you because you do not know how to recognize anything in that image. You recognizing something in me means it's very much a part of you. You have it within you. Can't beat lavender. I mean, that's now 4 in a row. I mean, cannot argue with this. I second this. Get in here. I'm doing okay. Withdrew from 2 of my classes because it's just too much work full time with the school. I'm discouraged, but not down. I got a haircut too. I feel pretty good about it. Oh, dude, I want to see it, dude. You got the like Viking, you know, shaved sides haircut, right? I want to see what it looks like, bro. I hope you would be willing to send a photo. If not, you know, on the Discord directly, please send it to me. I would love to see. And I'm sorry, friend. I mean, I'm happy that you can, you know, you have the ability to opt out, if you will. It makes me so happy that you have the ability to take that time for yourself and that you can recognize your want-to, if you will, to do that. Discouraged, but not down. Like, I wish I had more information again, Toasty. Are you discouraged by the way you're treated in class? Are you discouraged by the time spent? Are you discouraged by the subject matter? Are you discouraged by the students? You know, are they absolutely toxic? If you'd be willing to share, my friend, I would love to feel into this with you. Oh, I'm gonna clean up my shaved sides today. Viking hair gang. Oh, dude, I'm looking forward to the photo. So excited to get out of here. I can imagine, Katie. It's been... I was sitting there on day 245. Today is day 279. So it's like getting close to, you know, longer than a month now, right? I can imagine, Katie. You must be feeling it definitely, my friend. I like diffusing oils or tea. I get some chamomile, lavender, and poppy with orange peels. That sounds blissful, Auntie. Estienne, you look immaculate today. It must be the fasting radiance. I'm feeling so spicy. I feel like I'm both hugging people, but I also have spikes. Come here, like, stop hugging me. I'm like, nope. The tree behind you forms itself as an eye. Oh, this eye? Is there more eyes? I mean, there's an infinite amount of eyes if you're really looking for them. Exavere. All the eyes. I can't hear him. Is it just me? I hope not, Katie. I think maybe not. I think it maybe is just you, or you're maybe muted. Yeah. Okay, on this end. Yes, I can hear. I have no, the Batman, dude. Freaking extended warranty. I don't even have a car, you know. Like, maybe I'll appreciate that joke more if I actually own a vehicle, because then I can be like, hey, I get it now, but like, give me extended warranty on like something else. What do I want extended warranty on? My body. Oh, if I can have extended warranty on this vehicle, then yes. Except obese October. Oof. I hope he stays healthy. I mean, Paul is a pretty healthy dude. Like, I don't mean to, you know, talk negatively of him at all. He used to be significantly unhealthier before, and he is a lot healthier now. He's an absolutely beautiful being as well. I got it. There we go. It'll be easier now. That's a lot to take on, homie. I'm glad you're feeling gentle through it all. Through it though. I'm happy as well. Like, that's the thing that makes me happy. Like, it's one thing to feel discouraged, you know, and miserable and do nothing about that. It's a whole other thing to feel those ways and actually take action to change that. Being a trend of people binge eating for hate views makes me so sad. Dude, I'm thinking about... Nikado Avocado? Is that what his name is? Something like that, but he's like a mukbang YouTuber. And dude's killing himself. Dude's actually killing himself eating like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 calories a day. And he's become so overweight. And you know, there's nothing wrong with being overweight. As long as you're trying to, you know, take care of yourself. If you're eating foods, if you're eating healthy foods, like if you can get yourself to be overweight, you know, eating a lot of vegetables, I'll commend you for it. But the way that he's eating, and as you're saying as well, Toasty, he's doing it for, you know, views. He's doing it with this intention of satisfying this algorithm, getting those numbers in, and he's literally killing himself to do that. It breaks my heart, dude. It makes me so sad as well, Toasty. Like, it's one thing, and again, that's exactly why I'm fasting as well. Like, man, I've had a bad relationship with food for a very long time in my life. You know, I used to be severely overweight when I was younger. Like, I weighed 100 kgs, so 200 pounds when I was 15. So I was a chonker, you know, very, very overweight. And I lost all of my weight, and I got extremely fit again. And that was also not necessarily something that just made me happy. Just taking care of yourself, you know, eating meals that benefit your body. You know, the part that makes me angry, not even sad, is the fact that eating healthy is a more expensive option. Like, we should have like a tax put on fast food companies to subsidize healthy eating. Like, I genuinely believe that these literal, like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, well, you can keep going, you know what I'm talking about. Those companies are multi-billion-dollar companies. If we could subsidize or like tax them in a way that we can subsidize healthy eating for people that choose to, and then the people that choose to eat fast food, and there's nothing wrong with eating fast food, you know. I myself will enjoy a occasional Big Mac, but if you do that every day for 50 years, and there's a, like, I recently heard about a person that's been doing that, it's not good for you, you know. And if you want to spend your capital treating yourself poorly, then we want to encourage people to spend less capital to treat themselves justly, right? I mean, that makes perfect sense to me, at least. You got this, stay core, stay true to you. Toasty will. I believe that completely. Toasty is very much aligned. I believe in you, Melty. I couldn't do it, but I know you really feel the energy of the cleanse. I'm feeling amazing, Slag. Like, it's kind of surreal. And I've mentioned this so much before, but it's like a high in its own. And like, before I started this, I kind of noticed that might be the case, and it felt like it was something I pursued. Like, it was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna do this fast, and I'm gonna take a break from all of these things, and then I'm going to feel a other high. And then I was like, that's not exactly the point, you know. Sure, it's gonna happen, but that's not the point. The point is to realign with the energy within. You know, I was thinking about this today while showering. Like, I was listening to drum and bass. For some reason, I have a very specific drum and bass taste. Like, drum and bass backline, and then like I don't know if it's called synths. And then you dance to that, you know. And I was dancing while I was showering, and I just had this kind of like sense of realization of like, right now, 6 days into this fasting, my body and me dancing is completely powered by me. You know, there's nothing I ate, there's nothing I took, there's nothing I had to have externally for me to have this experience. And it was again just this realization about how powerful we are as individuals, how much potential we have to change. Yo, congrats on the weight loss, thank you, Toasty. I'll send, like, if I feel I look good enough, you know, if the transformation is baffling enough, I'll share some photos. Heather, thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice to have you here. We become the stories we tell ourselves. The new stories I've been telling are starting to sink in. I'm noticing my subconscious is taking hold of all of the positivity I've been feeding myself. It's relaxing, right? It's like the easing into, a calming down of, a giving back to. Thank you for sharing that, Aiden. That just literally relaxed me as well. Hey, Toasty, I'm proud of you for recognizing that it's too much for you. Rather do less things better. Attention. Rather do less things with better attention than more things with less of your attention. The outcome should be greater. Interesting. I really dislike the world. I prefer cannabis. Marijuana has an unfortunate racist origin. It's true. You are right about that. Though I wouldn't say the word is racist. You are right about that, Toasty. And I think for that reason as well, it's this taking back off, you know. Like, okay. And another thing as well, you know, like, I only learned about the like stigmatized origin of the actual word marijuana later in life. But the word we have for weed in South Africa is dagga. Dagga. It's a hard word. Like, our word for bug is gogga. Our word for like shit is gok. You know, we have these really words for things we don't like, and dagga is one of those. So Dacha versus marijuana. It's significantly different in the way I feel when I say those words. So that's why I prefer it or like it. Marijuana hugs you with all of the love. Yes, it does. We gotta see pics of the hair. I really want to see it. Me too. I'm actually like fiending right now. I prefer cannabis too. Cannabis is also a beautiful word. Definitely better than the other one. You know, Dacha, that is cannabis. Also kinda soft. Marijuana is like the sweet old lady in the grocery store that can call you baby as you walk out, right? Bye, baby. Or bye, sweet child. They're like, oh, thank you. Thank you, aunt. Humans are built off of habit. This includes our thinking. Change your habits. Change your thinking. Keep up the good work, sir. Thank you so much, Ninja, for the encouragement, my friend. I appreciate you. I prefer cannabis as well for similar reasoning. Has a different connotation when you say it to people too. Zol. Wacky tobacco. The devil's lettuce. Iced cabbage apparently is also a term for it. Man, weed has so many names probably. I'm curious now about, you know, different languages as well, knowing that in our language we have a different word for it. I wonder if there's even more beautiful ways to say it in different languages. And I wonder how beautiful the word is connected to how accepted the plant is. Me too! My stress feels better. I was reaching for my anxiety med and I realized what was happening. Thank you, love. Thank you, Toasty. Thank you so much, my friend. Have you ever watched The Union? I don't think I have, actually. You have a good day now, baby. And you cry a little inside. I cry / melt / you know, feel warm / like have an awe type of like, oh. Thank you for the wholesome, Jort. It's so nice to have you here, friend. How are you doing? Thank you, I hope so. Very proud of you. Me too. Thank you, on B, for encouraging our friend as well. Kiss on the cheek, smack from her back. Yes. The only terrifying thing, the only thing that you genuinely should hold on to fear of is a rain delay. What the fuck, dude? Dad, you got me again, Dad. There's a rain delay at the main stage during Globama. Yes! Dan, you freaking scruffy ruffian, you, dude. Thank you, man. That really shook me up again. Yeah. You know, like, oh, man. One of my, like, I want to say favorite and also least favorite festivals. It rained the entire weekend, dude. There was a single hour of sunlight the entire weekend. It was brutal. But you can believe, main stage was and we were freaking jumping in mud. Oh, I really, like, even though I'm an earth child, and I used to engross myself in the mud as a kid, like, I'm a little bit averse, especially if I'm clean. Oh, goodness. The mud is like a plague to me sometimes. You watched? No, I haven't. You're the second person that freaking asked me that today. I haven't watched Squid Game. I guess I'll have to, with the amount of hype I've been hearing about it. Is it that good, Shashi? It has to be, I'm guessing. Like, literally the entire world is raving about it right now. And then, because the entire world is raving, even more people are watching it. And then there's more people to rave about it. Have you watched Breaking Bad? Yeah, now that's a show, dude. If this is your max irritable, you're doing a great job, buddy. Thank you so much, Toasty. Like, this is about as irritable as I become. Unless there's also, you know, added layers of frustration. Like, if I'm going to be, you know, struggling with something while I'm feeling this way, the irritability, like, because I'm focusing on the thing I'm struggling on, I have less capacity to focus on not lashing out as a result of the irritability, if that makes any sense. I think it will, Toasty. Have you ever, my friend, I keep hearing about it. Me too, Infamous One. It has to be good, I'm guessing. I'm glad your brother had fun, Melty. That sounds amazing. He did. I'm happy that he's doing well as well. Oh, Edmund, you've made it, my friend. Thank you for joining us. It's so nice to have you here. Netflix show, check out the trailer. Very weird. Oh, yes. Basically, the premise of Squid Game is they get a bunch of people who have, crippling debt to the point where they can't pay their debts off anymore. And then they compete in some sort of competition. And then the person that wins gets a big payout, in turn paying off their debts and living a life of leisure or luxury. I'm not exactly sure if that's the case, I'm paraphrasing a little bit. But the catch is the people that lose get killed. So yeah, that's the premise of Squid Game? Squid Game, yeah. Netflix shows, true. Usually on the board with all the weirdness. Oh, it's definitely gonna be weird, but now you know some of the background as well. One of the nicest, kindest, and most gentle souls there, right here. Oh yes, Edmund. Like I don't know why, but as I was imagining Edmund, I imagined him just kind of like floating 2 inches off the ground. Like he's so gentle that he doesn't even want to stomp on the ground. We are the universe experiencing itself. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Bub. Thank you for being... Oh, it's not Bub. It's Sand My Bags. Thank you for joining us, dude. We are, friend. And what a beautiful experience it is. Hey, Christabel. Oh, hey, Mel. Oh, I'm in a book hole. Any recommendations? Like, I feel this might be a little biased, Jort, but I think a very good read would be How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan. If you're in a book hole, or in a life hole, that might be one of them. It's a very good book. All melting together. Oh, yes, Aiden. Melting into each other's lives, into each other's experiences, into each other's understandings of the world. It's constantly in flux. Oh, East Coast rap. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you doing, my beloved friend? Descendants, I believe. There we go, is the word you were looking for, is the opposite of ancestors. Oh, thank you so much. You're completely right, Aiden. That was the word I was looking for, descendants. Are you an alien? What should I say? No, I'm not an alien. Why would I be what? I mean, the Batman. Would we be aliens to aliens? Yes, I think, if we find ourselves on another planet, we would be the aliens. And we would still call them the aliens, even though we're the alien ones. We are all aliens to something. There we go. Yep, exactly as I said as well. Thank you, Edmund. So much synchronicity. Yes, by definition, absolutely, exactly. I appreciate Tool. Not much of a fan, but I know how complex their music is, and I respect it. Like, I feel, and this might be kind of controversial to say, like, Tool's music is kind of meant to be experienced on psychedelics. It's like, because of that complexity and the amount of raw feeling in it, it can be a little bit, I want to say almost messy if you're listening to it completely sober, but if you're in a psychedelic state of mind, for some reason your brain has more ability to differentiate and kind of separate all of those nuances and aspects, and as a result of that you get an absolutely amazing experience. I love Tool too, but I haven't been listening to them that much lately. Time to revisit my Tool playlist. There we go, Edmund. I encourage you to as well. You may as well download all the Tool music. Each song is someone's favorite somewhere. Ah, Mariah, you are right. You are right. And technically we can go as far as to say that even if there is like one song that nobody on earth find as their favorite, within the infinite universe there is a universe within which that song is someone's favorite. So yes, I agree completely, Mariah. How much love to this. If more people could appreciate the things they don't enjoy, it would be such a beautiful place to be. Yeah. I mean, That's respect 101. You don't have to agree, participate, you know, make something a part of yourself to respect it. And if we can get that kind of message through people's head, the world is going to be a better place. The Pot is probably my favorite song from that. One does not simply listen to Tool. Yeah, you have to experience Tool. You're completely right, Mariah. Too true. I have been experiencing Tool too much lately. Damn it! Stop it, Edmund. You're creeping me out. The synchronicity is uncanny. Yes, it's just all too good. And that maybe nobody likes filler songs like Blue Eons, but all the songs are also good. Well, Aiden, you know, with my suggestion of the infinite universe, in some universe, everybody loves Eons. It's just their favorite song. The Blue Eons is like the schlapper, because they just love the vibe. That one is so good too. Sober for me. Sober, man, like there's so many good titles actually. Yeah, but who are you to point your finger? Ninja? It's a good point. Again, you know, within Infinitude, all of it is included. Hey dude! There's like this single goose on the grass today. Just Juan. We actually have babies. I did actually get, like, Jovan challenged me, double dog dared me by Toasty to go and, you know, love, if you will, one of those ducklings. And I actually managed to, but it wasn't directly me. My dad, like, what happened is one of the goose stood up from her eggs, and then these two babies were just kind of chilling there because the goose went to eat something, and then my dad took them because he knew if she stood up and went roaming to go and eat something, she might not return to the nest and lay on her eggs. So he took the babies, mom went and sat on the eggs again, and now we have, I think, 7 little ducklings, or gooselings? Yes, gooselings. I used to really dig post-grunge prog rock. I guess I just maybe don't resonate with the headspace their music typically feels like. I don't know how to explain. I understand completely, Toasty, like 100%. I feel like the same way if I'm listening to it completely sober. It's sometimes jarring, like that's the way I feel. Is that a chicken? It might be. And the goose gives advice. I feel this. My brother introduced me to them when I was like 12 or 11 or 12, and I didn't enjoy it then, probably for the same reason. I get you completely. I do believe you are also just a little bit psychedelically inclined, aren't you, Ninja? Geese. The geese is right. You're completely right. He's melting for sure. I definitely feel that way as well. Another great one. You must have been out of your head. I can imagine. I had to stop myself from finishing the entire song here. Too many lyrics. Oh yes. No. Just high. So I'll post a pic in the Discord for you, bro. I'm discouraged by just the circumstances, I guess. Online classes are just so much work. I just work, homework, sleep, repeat. I'm just a rusty student, undisciplined and inefficient. I need practice. Toasty, don't sell yourself short, man. You're doing great, dude. You're an absolutely beautiful being. Whew. Like, I'm guessing they don't provide you with teaching material, so the online classes are very intensive. I remember when I was teaching online classes as well, you know, having to prepare teaching material. It sucks, dude. Absolutely sucks ass. But we had to do it. Otherwise, I would be out of a place to live at that point in my life. Kira, when you pistol my black kettle. The fact that you didn't have a car is even more of the point. Yeah, it hurts even more. It's like I'm pointing. It's like yep, Nikado Avocado is who I'm thinking of. I've reported all of his videos. It's seriously slow suicide. It is, dude. Like, he's gained, I think, 200 pounds. He's gained 200 pounds, you know, during this journey. Whew. It's a whole human. like imagine, you know, like I'm streaming and I'm walking, you know, like, and I show up every single day, and then, you know, by the end of, you know, 3 years from now, I just have a whole other melt, just like strapped over my shoulders, you know, legs around my waist, just holding on, and now I'm just carrying a whole other melt around with me. 200 pounds? Damn it, dude. Yo, like, and the brutal part about it is that he's encouraged by it. You know, every like drama video, like, and I know about this whole debacle because of Moist Critical, and I have this slight suspicion you do too, Toasty. Like, the synchronicities have been creeping up on that as well, man. But yeah, you know, like Moist Critical basically made a video, and his like username on YouTube is like Penguins0 or something like that. But he made a video basically talking about this, you know, talking about Nakata Avocado killing himself slowly, you know, for the views. And then Nakata Avocado just kind of went full character and tried to make a whole hype of this call out, if you will. Again, just feeding into this drama machine, feeding into the clicks, feeding into the engagement of, you know, oh, this thing, you know, and then does the exact same thing again in that video, does a mukbang in the video, responding to being not even criticized, but someone sharing genuine concern for your health. It's brutal, dude. Tool sneaks in so many weird lines. I felt some music on the Discord from Abby the Spoon Lady. I mentioned it yesterday. I left some music yesterday and someone wanted to check it out. It's probably not for everyone, but she's a vibe for sure. Thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate you being willing to share. Do a barrel roll? A barrel roll is when you like do this, right? I don't think I can. I was considering it for a second, and then I was like, that's gonna be super embarrassing. And now I'm like, I don't care about being embarrassed. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try and do a barrel roll. How does one do a barrel roll? Yeah! Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Oh! Frickin' thorns. Yes! Embarrassment done. And yet, I'm still just as free. Dude, if anyone can do it, you can. Yes, I believe that as well, actually. It is a reference to the pot calling the kettle black. I got it. I got it for what it's worth it. Yeah. I want a spiky hug. Come here. Come here, slag. Yo, you got this, Toasty. You know your own limits. Take it easy. You'll be feeling better in no time. Why did that barrel roll freaking put me out of breath? It wasn't that exerting. I am Big Mac. Western or budget Western. Tastes good. We've been eating a lot of fast food lately because of how busy we've been with the move, and I hate it. It's one thing when it's only on occasions, but I honestly don't remember the last time I cooked. It's okay, Edmund. I'm not trying to call you out or trying to say you're doing something wrong. You're not making that your new reality. As you're saying, it's because of how busy you've been, especially of the move as well right now. And that's the thing. It is 100% convenience. You know, that's the driving factor of it. Thank you so much for the encouragement. Just adding more, Toasty. You deserve to be encouraged. You need some dreadlocks. I like dread, like if I do this right now, you see that? I can't pull my, like I'm trying to, but I will pull some hairs out. Like I can't do this, and that like makes me angry. So having it all the way and so entangled all the way up to my head, no, I cannot even imagine for a second. I'm sorry, friend. Treat first at the new house. Ooh, yes, your first treat in the new house. Cook up a big meal and treat yourself. home cooked food. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I agree completely, Aiden. Like that would be like a great way to kind of settle in, make that the new thing. I'm so looking forward to it, and I'll finally have all my own cooking equipment back. Yeah, dude. You got this, Edmund. Don't feel bad, dude. Like it wasn't supposed to be a calling out of. I'm talking more in general terms, you know, like as humanity. Like there's a reason these companies are multi-billion-dollar companies. It's definitely not because of you, Edmund. You're not making them multi-billion dollars. It's because of us as humanity as a whole. Your loved friend. Don't be too hard on yourself. I love the lyrics that make you stop and go back to make sure you heard it right. I bet you looked adorable being a young chunky. I mean, that's completely subjective and relative, but thank you, Slag. I appreciate you sharing the love, my friend. Me when I listen to Stinkfest. I love the lyrics. Oh, I love that. No, those. Oh, you mean Jazz Cabbage. Jazz Cabbage. Oh, that's even better. Ganja is another one as well. Onyx, thank you for joining us, my friend. Ganja Gang. Oh, Bub is here as well. I kind of felt you, Bub. I think I said your name before I saw your name. I like to call it Herb. What's up, dude? I'm doing well. Herb is also a nice one. Reefer is also another one, but Reefer, oh goodness, Reefer Madness. Like, oh, watching that movie, Super Blazed, it's the most surreal experience you can have, I'm guessing. It's just like, what the fuck is happening? Why is this happening? The Batman says, I've been trying to reach you about your marijuana's extended warranty. Like, dude, like that's not gonna be a very good business plan. Because if you're going to have to repair my weed stash, then you're gonna constantly be paying, bruh, just paying, because I'm gonna continue smoking it. I usually just call it cannabis though. Oh, fucking piece of cock. Kicks car tire. That is very Afrikaans of you, Toasty. How dare you? Gigglebush is another one as well. Sinsemilla. Sinsemilla. Isn't Sinsemilla just seedless, Edmund? Like seedless weed? Sinsemilla weed is like when you keep your female plants completely away from male plants, and then it becomes Sinsemilla weed because it doesn't have any seeds in them. Then you're like the guy on Reddit that always ends the rant about a specific event from the 80s. And his name's John Cena! Bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, bum. Yeah, you gotta watch Squid Game. Oh, dude. I guess I'll have to, Bub. I mean, I have to be in the loop, dude. I love that, dude. I love you, man. I'm not gonna watch Squid Game until everyone stops talking about it, Cody. That is... What did I watch like that? It was something I watched like that as well. I think Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Game of Thrones until it was all finished. Like, all of the seasons were out, and my friends were hyping about watching the last episode. Then I started watching it because I was like, nah, dude. You cannot vibe or hype me. I'm not sure I have the stomach to watch that kind of show. Like, it's a little bit much. And that's literally the reason I haven't watched it as well. It's because it's literally... It's a dark themed show. Very much so. I mean, I watched, you know, Black Mirror because it's dark themed. But at least Black Mirror kind of brings to your awareness potential problems of our future, and as a result of that, it allows you to kind of feel into those potentials and learn from your reaction to those potentials. I don't think, you know, Squid Game is real. I mean, it could be, you know, if we go super dystopian in our future, but I'm gonna bet no. Alice in Borderlands is good too. Alice in Borderlands? I haven't heard about that before, Onyx. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Actually pretty violent. I was slightly off-put. Maybe I'm not gonna like it that much other than see you choose the indirect path also. Yeah. I feel that. You know, not watching things just because of the hype. Alexander! Hello to you, friend. Is it the first time you've ever said hi? It's so nice to have you here, friend. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for saying hi, dude. Love you. Violence. Nah. I'll have to pass on that show more than likely. Now you friends are like talking about the stuff that I was feeling as well, because I have been watching Better Call Saul after a friend recommended it, after I talked about Breaking Bad being one of my favorites. Like, Breaking Bad has violent scenes, but it's not based around violence. It's more based around, again, you know, drug dealing, technically. And Better Call Saul is now based around following Jimmy McGill, technically, and how he kind of got into the position he was in Breaking Bad, and it's been a very good show. And then today I was like, I could watch Squid Game, but Better Call Saul, rather. Game shows and stuff like that just reminds me how much I hate capitalism, so I always end up running it off. Yup. I'm so boring. Excuse me. I don't find myself watching anything besides documentaries. I don't think you're boring at all, my friend. You just like, you know, some information. Instead of it just being a creation, you want the actual information. I love cheese, Batman. I do love cheese, dude. Technically, cheese and chocolate apparently stimulates the same receptors, you know, dopamine receptors that cocaine does. Interesting fact. Well, and animations and cartoons, I guess, too. I kind of got triggered, like, a little bit ago, like this weekend that has passed. I showed my dad a scene from The Midnight Gospel, and he's just like, that's stupid. And I told him, did you listen to what they were saying? And he's like, no, I watch with my eyes. And I'm like, ah. Maybe that's why you think it's stupid. The world as you perceive it to be is the world as you are. I'm like, that's like, and that's kind of what they do as well. They share these very intricate and deep kind of understandings, feelings, like stories, and then they have these absolutely absurd animations, you know, over it. And it can distract you. It can completely get you so involved in what's happening on a visual field that you kind of miss what's happening on an audible field. And watching that happen to my dad, and watching him, or hearing him just say it's stupid, it triggered me. It made me angry. Like, I didn't fight with him. I was just like, I asked him, genuinely, how can you say it's stupid? I asked him, and he's like, it's stupid to me. I'm like, you know, Duncan Trussell, the creator of this, came from nothing, built himself an entire life, you know, in a content creation career, and then had Netflix, actual, you know, multi-billion-dollar company, get with him to make a work of art that millions of people have benefited from. How can that be stupid? And I wanted to go into, like, I wanted to, like, kind of rip on him and ask him, like, what have you done that has helped people? But I was like, that's not with love, dude. And I was just like, okay. And I just kind of left. I was like, yeah, okay. You can bring the water. You can bring the water to the horse, but you can't make the water horse. I just constantly rewatch Parks and Rec and read a book. I mean, Parks and Recreation is pretty fire, Cody. Yes, documentaries are cool though. I'm learning something while watching, unlike other TV shows. I agree completely, Aiden. That's why I enjoy them as well, man. I think that makes you interesting. I agree completely, George, and thank you for sharing that with her as well. You're about 17 minutes behind in reading comments. Yeah, like 16. I mean, it's not 18 now again because I'm already behind again. I'm sorry, dude. Like it's like a self-assembling ladder. As I climb the ladder keeps assembling. So like sometimes the ladder is too tall for me to climb it fast enough. The Union, the business behind getting high, is a great documentary about the history of cannabis. Ooh, I think I would love watching that then, Ninja. Is it on Netflix? I hope so. Joe Budon, are you tripping right now? Thank you. Woo, thank you so much for asking that, friend. I'm not actually tripping. Not on, you know, any side, not anything exogenous, if you will. I am fasting right now, and that is creating a different state of mind, a different sense of consciousness. But I'm not. But I genuinely do appreciate you asking that question, because I enjoy tripping, and I enjoy the state of mind tripping brings me to, and you thinking I am tripping when I'm not is like a, you go, dude. Thank you, friend. How is it going, Dan? Dan, I hope you're well. If you're still here, I think you might have just bamboozled and left. Come to Brazil, Snoo. You gonna welcome me? House and feed me? Let me be your sugar baby. Then I will. I promise. I've been trying to reach you about your extended wait for comment replies. Little Bear, thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice to have you here. Yes, zing. Zing, zing. It's inevitable. Don't resist the synchronicity, Mel. No, I'm not resisting. Sometimes it just feels too good to be true. It's like, what the fuck? Why does this keep happening? The schlopper. The schlopper. I love that word. Is it schlopper? Slough. I don't know how to read that. Schlopper? What is that word? Infamous one, you're bamboozling my brain. Every time we think the same thing, we melt just a little bit more. Aiden, you friends are like gassing me up now. I love you friends so much. Bingo, let it happen. Geese are violent fuckers, vicious fuckers. I mean, our geese are, unfortunately. Like, the extent of how vicious they are is and doing this thing with their head. But I'm like, bruh, I'm like, outweigh you. How much does a geese weigh? 10 kgs? No, that's too much, right? Like, probably less than 10 kgs. Like, I'm 10 of you, bruh. I'm 10 of you. You're not gonna win this fight. Just finally finished Haywire Hills community outreach post. Lamar, thank you. That's beautiful. I appreciate that so much, Alexander. It's so nice to have you here, my friend. It's so nice to have a new friend as well. Schism is a really solid poetry IMO. When I hear that track, I just want Maynard to belt it out harder, so I just scream for him. That is the way, dude. The experience, man. They used to dive bomb me at my old job. Canadian goose are built different. Oh man, it makes me think of is it magpies in Australia as well? You'll just be driving on your bicycle through an area and then just these birds dive bombing your head. Crazy little freaking assholes. Schism is definitely my favorite song off the Latcher's album. Man, it's so nice to be able to share our love of Tool together as well. Synchronicities again. I am going to have to give Tool another try. Unpopular opinion, but I was turned off by them because my brother used to be a Tool. And that was his favorite band. I mean, I get that completely, Jord. Association is a powerful thing. Cobra Chicken Cartel. Hello! What classes did you teach online? I was an English teacher, my friend. Like a young kid English teacher. Like, most of my students were between the ages of like 4 and 9 max when I was doing online teaching. Thank you for asking, hello, and thank you for joining us again. It's so nice to see you again. It's been 4 days, I think, since I've seen you. It's nice to have you here again. I hope you've been well in these last 4 days, friend. Wait, who's this? Little Mel. We sub with the same YouTubers. Like, it's trippy, dude. It's trippy, and I knew, you knew when I said it as well, and I was like, okay, nice. More synchronicity. Thank you for the wholesome Tahoe. How is your dream going, my friend? Like, are you moved already? Or are you still planning on your move, my friend? Thank you for the wholesome. Critical is an OG from before YouTube times. He's my nasty spirit animal. Like, Moist Critical is quite a character. Like, he's definitely not for the lighthearted. Like, the dude is a little bit unhinged sometimes, but I love him so much for it as well. Very much nasty spirit animal vibes. But that dude, like, as you were saying as well, Toasty, he's been content creating for years. Like, years and years and years. Like, he was one of the OG ripping off other content and then reposting it to YouTube dudes, you know. That's how far back he goes. Mukbangs. Like, if we ever do a mukbang, it would be like a once a year kind of occasion. Doing something like that every single day, I cannot even fathom it. Who is this guy? Oh, he's a YouTuber who's killing himself, and I'm character. And in character, I'm guessing. Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, so, like, I mean, I would rather you go and watch, you know, a Penguins Zero, Moist Critical's video on it, than going directly to the Kato Avocado's video. Like, yeah, like, it's kind of hectic, my friend, unfortunately. It's even sadder to me that you said you reported them and it's not taken seriously. It, like, unfortunately, it's not being taken seriously. And YouTube as a platform technically is earning thousands of dollars, probably potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars every month from him creating this content as well. So not only do they not have an incentive, you know, to stop him from creating this content, but they actually have a reverse, you know, well, they have an incentive to allow him to continue, rather. Was that not a cartwheel? Probably not, dude. It was probably like, you know, half bent leg cartwheel. Like, I don't have the confidence to straighten my legs just yet. Toasty goal. That's why I knew I was gonna embarrass myself. I've already almost forgotten about it. Cody, that's how I was about Bird Box. I couldn't avoid hearing about it more than an hour. I still didn't watch it for 2 months. I still have not watched Bird Box. I had the exact same experience as well, you know, with all the memes and all the hype, and I still have not watched it. I think the movie is like 4 years old by now or something. No, that's a cartwheel. A barrel roll is a maneuver you can do in a flying vessel. I think they were referring in a video game. 11 out of 10 in the car. Don't gas me up, man. Like, I don't want to believe you, but I appreciate you so much for saying that. Show your surroundings. You know what? You 1-3. I don't even believe you're here anymore. But to you friends that are, I'll show the surroundings. This beautiful tree next to the house, providing some shade. It's green again as well. It makes me so happy. That tree, unfortunately, is not healthy anymore. Like, it's been taking beatings upon beatings upon beatings. I'm sorry. There's the surroundings, friend. I hope it serves you well. You level. Man, the wind has probably been absolutely brutalizing my audio this whole time, but what can a man do? I'm like looking at one of those. It kind of has a wireless receiver on the camera, and then it has a little lavalier wireless thing here, and I'm like, as soon as I get one of those, I'm gonna like hide them underneath my scarves or something. Should be close enough to still get some of the audio, but should be blocking out wind, hopefully. Jogging while we listen, Tahoe. Well, thank you for joining me, friend, and thank you for jogging, for taking care of your being. No, but I do hate it, and I've been feeling physically like shit because of it. The toll it takes on your body is 100% noticeable. Oh yes, it is. And it's... what's weird about it, at least in my experience of it, like when I was in China during the lockdown, I was also, you know, going non-stop for fast food. It's both like you feel shit, and then because you feel shit, you kind of go back and do the same thing over and over again. It becomes like a very toxic loop you kind of find yourself in, unfortunately. When I go home, I eat all of the Mexican food and Cajun catfish I can. Then I come back to Florida all bloated. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of being a little bit bloated as well, Infamous One. I saw pictures of Baby Melt and he was beautiful on Tate's stream. You're right, Infamous One. Oh, Gob, good old Melty Moore, making the world better by chatting with just a few fucks. Gob, I'm so happy to have you to chat to right now, my friend. It's so nice to have you. Did you do your doggy stream? I'm guessing it probably was a little bit overlapping with mine. So unfortunately, I couldn't catch it myself. I hope it was absolutely amazing though. Fully understandable. I completely get it as well, man. Like I haven't had Mexican food, and I definitely haven't had Cajun catfish, but whew, it might just be me fasting, but that sounds fucking delicious. So good. Bub says, yeah, you did say my name before you saw my name. You're the best. I hope your evening rocks. I hope your day rocks, Bub. I love you, friend. Thank you for joining us here again. I've shown you my surroundings now, friend. Yes, seedless, and it usually just refers to super dank weed, lol. Thank you, Edmund. I still haven't watched Game of Thrones yet. Or Breaking Bad, okay. Like, you throw Breaking Bad by the wayside, watch... bamboozled myself. Throw the Game of Thrones by the wayside, watch the Breaking Bad, dude. Like, that show made me feel some things. And it also gave me, again, an insight into capitalism, dude. And it made me angry in a lot of ways. And as a result of that, you find yourself supporting, you know, someone that cooks meth. Literally, like, with all of your beingness, supporting this guy that cooks meth. And then this almost like space, you know. The people he has to interact with, the things he has to do, like, changes him as a person. And then you find yourself gradually losing your ability to root for him, and watching that process, watching him go from this timid, you know, high school teacher to this absolute, I would say almost monster, you know, like dangerous individual is, ooh, breathtakingly amazing. It's such a good show. And it's so clever, dude. Like watching now, you know, Better Call Saul, like there's this one character called Mike. He's this ex-police officer. The stuff he does, he's so freaking clever, and the stuff he does, it makes so much sense when you see how he does it. And yet thinking of those things, you know, and even as a writer, thinking of those things, and the camera work on these shows, it's amazing. I love it so much. I haven't seen them either. Christabel, Breaking Bad, don't opt out of the Game of Thrones. Like, the Game of Thrones is a little bit sensationalist as well in a lot of ways, where Breaking Bad, I feel, is so real. Like, man, I was so invested in that show, still am. Like, I'm looking forward. I'm probably gonna rewatch it in 10 years. Like, I would have forgotten most of it because I've replaced all of the space in my brain with new information. And then I'm gonna rewatch it as well. Hey, Corey! Thank you for joining us, my friend. So much love to you. Gob, so much love to Gob. I love documentaries, just not crime ones. I'm also not a fan of the crime ones. Oh, they were a happy family. Dun dun, you know, goes to black and white, or, you know, a negative of the photo until they weren't. Dude, Midnight Gospel is just a podcast with random art. Why wouldn't he listen? No, he just doesn't listen, Toasty. Period, unfortunately. And I see it, and I know it, and I understand it, and I'm like, okay, there's only that much you can do. Duncan Trussell is a G. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I agree completely, dude. Like, I'm looking forward, well, might be a little bit ambitious of me, but I'm looking forward to the day I get to, you know, talk to that dude as well. Listening to his K-hole experience, you know, and him sharing stuff like that. He looks like such a gentle person, right? Like, literally just so much light beaming from his eyes as well. Same! I was a co-teacher for a few years, and we took the little ones on a field trip in Canada. 2 geese cornered me and the 2 students. It was honking violently. If it weren't for the students, I would have been scared, but also laughing my ass off. Heather, that sounds like an experience and a half, my friend. Oh, Kira! Hey sis, text you later. Love you. Kira, love you, my sis. Thank you for joining us. I'm so happy that I'm streaming a little bit later today. I must go, friends. I'm feeling a little out of it. So I'm gonna go take a shower. Much love, friendos. Treat yourself with kindness. Or remember, I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. And I'm worthy of love. Thank you so much for the reminder, Aiden. If I didn't like say it in the stream, I appreciate you bringing it into the stream. Genuinely, thank you so much. It's a reminder that will serve you in every single day. I'm loved. Yes, I'm loving, surely. I am lovable. I hope so. And I am worthy of love, unequivocally. No ifs, ands, and buts. Yes. Thank you so much, friends. I hope you know that as well. The Canadian geese make golfing a whole different sport. Oh man, like unfortunately, my primitive brain goes to the first logical conclusion and thinking, well, at least as a golfer, you are constantly privy to weapons, while these Canadian geese are attacking you. I always see videos of people running from geese. Are you not allowed to like bop them or hold them by their necks? I'm just curious. Like, I've done that before, but it was at my grandma's house and I was 6 years old, where one of the geese, you know, like came for me, and then like I grabbed it by its neck and it did this and it like nipped my hand again, and then I just like yeeted. I was like, oh hell no. The grabbing didn't work. I mean, I have stronger hands now and more reach, so maybe feel better. I hope you feel better, Aiden. I don't know if it's appropriate, but I saw like a rocket taking off. So maybe this is just the slow feeling period of the actual rocket taking off, your discomfort. I hope you feel better. Glad I made it for the end of the stream, watching it work. Matthias, it's so nice having you here for the last bit of it, my friend. We're like 10 minutes behind comments right now, so we're like slowly creeping up on it. If you get close enough, then go ahead. But there's usually a bunch of geese. I hardly ever see them alone. Yep, that's the other conundrum. You know, you only have that many hands, and if you have 2 geese at arm's length, and there are 20 more geese seeing you assault their friends, they're gonna be like, no bitch, now you're gonna die. All of us are gonna come with our little and quack you to death, and they're about as tall as I am. Oh, Shafat. Push them away gently with the foot on their breast. Don't kick them, but they can keep them away that way. That's a good advice, actually. Thank you, Edmund, for sharing that. It's like actually, if you get attacked by an ostrich, like I know more about how to defend yourself against an ostrich than I do how to defend yourself against a geese. You lift your hand up as high as you can, and if you have something like a book, or like this would literally be enough to do so, you literally just push their face away, and then eventually they just leave you alone. And I was super fascinated by that video, actually. Getting bit by Canadian goose hurts, and the only time I was chased by one, it came at my breakfast. It came at me beak first, just like no opting out. Man, can't you just be chillaxed? You know, like if we humans were actively pursuing them and eating them in front of their kin, then sure, attack us. But damn, like we're just trying to live. We're just trying to live, Canadian geese. Leave us alone. I used to hang out with the geese at my old apartment in Arkansas. There was a pond right next to us, so every year we would see the same 2 families return from migration, and we became friendly. They always remembered us. That is beautiful, Edmund. Like, especially after we've talked about the shenanigans and the asshole nature of these animals, and then hearing a story like that perfectly rebalances all of it. Thank you so much for sharing that, man. I love these geese stories. There we go. Do they not get intimidated if you put your arms up and get big? Lol, silly bird brains. I mean, we're already bigger than them. Like if it's an ostrich, I know they get intimidated by lifting your arm, because they then, you know, see your arm as your new total length, and then they get intimidated by it. I'm not sure if like the geese kind of vibe in the same way. There's a movie around the same premise At the Squid Game you are describing, a rich man offered 10 people to a dinner. They had to be all in. They weren't offered choices during the game. Can't recall the rest. Yeah, sounds yikes, Heather, unfortunately. I hope I never find myself in something like that. Haven't moved yet, but starting a job in 3 weeks and setting up housing still. Thank you for the shout out. No, not at all, Taha. It's nice to have you here, my friend. I'm so happy for you still. Oh. If anyone has magical migraine killer, could you pretty please send it? Day 3. Any suggestions? Day 3 of your cannabis fast, Kira? I'm thinking water. You know, like, unfortunately, I don't necessarily take medications for like my headaches. Like, I pseudoscience myself out of them. Like, I like to imagine my migraines and headaches as these bundled up like balls of string, and then I imagine taking the string and pulling it out of my head, and then I'll like tangle it around my hands, and I'll do this, and I'll imagine the string slowly getting less and less as it gets tangled in my hands, and then I'll imagine throwing it away. And that helps me with migraines, my friend. That's probably the worst advice I could possibly give, but that's the only advice I can give. And I also try and drink as much water as I can when I find myself in migraine positions, if you will. Puts things in perspective. My pain tolerance to a burp's bite might be a little high. I've grew up with a cockatoo and a macaw, so yeah, I think you're probably up there. Probably one of the hardened individuals, Jovan. Silber, it's nice to have you here, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Have you tried caffeine? I mean, does caffeine help for headaches? Like, the lack of caffeine gave me mild headaches, you know, as of late. Would you rather? You look like a supermodel, not gonna lie, goodness. Thank you for the flattery, friend. Hopefully I get some modeling work so I can feed myself at some point. Fiji style. I genuinely appreciate your love, friend. Thank you so much. You could get your teeth pierced. I wish I had more immediate solutions for you, friend. What? Dieth? Dieth pierced for migraines? What is a dieth, dude? It appears someone else is in the shower, so I'm back. Thank you for joining us again, Aiden. Like, I don't know if you were there for it, but I imagined this, you know, a rocket, like lifting off from the ground and, you know, going to space, if you will, when I was thinking about you getting better, man. I hope you're feeling better, dude. I'm sorry that you're feeling a little bit off, if you will. I'm only what's in the meds, dude, pouring a cup now. Thank you. Love you. Love you, Kira. I love you so much. Is this meditation? Not traditional meditation, but it could be. That face. Are you getting rest? I know. Oh yeah, you've been under a lot of stress. That could be a big culprit. I wish I could help, sister. Try to get some rest if you can. That might be it, actually, Kira. Like Edmund. Oh, it's Jovan, actually. No? Yeah, it's Jovan. That might be it. Because I'm not, you know, trying to call you out at all. But I know, you know, you've been sleeping late, if you will. And, like, lack of sleep definitely will contribute to headaches as well. We love you, my friend. We love you so much. And we know how much you love us. So, I don't think it's inappropriate for us to expect to love yourself as much as well, my friend. Please do get some rest. Yeah, my aunt used to have a green wing macaw. Those motherfuckers hurt when they bite. Those freaking, we call them snavelbacka. They have like those very sharp points, unfortunately, and they clamp down on that sharp point. Pick me up and let's find the piercing place up. I still don't know what a dieth is. Like, I'm so confused, actually. I've dealt with chronic migraines for many years. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I hope you find relief. So, like, when I imagined you getting better, Kira, I saw this, like, bowl. And around this bowl was this, like, ring. almost like a Saturn kind of vibe, but it wasn't at all Planet-esque. It was very like smooth, and the ring was kind of thick and pronounced, and the ring was just like spinning around the ball as the ball was spinning in place as well. I don't know what that means, but I know that it means love, at least. Sending you so much love, Kira. You're appreciated, my friend. Yes, ma'am, I'm going to sleep more of an ice bag. Burbs, love forever. Love you, Kira. Please do get some rest. Poor Melt, I can't imagine never having Mexican food. Yeah, like living in South Africa kind of separates me by just like a hop, skip, and a jump, you know, like a 12, maybe like 14,000 kilometers from Mexico, unfortunately, Glass. Thank you for joining us, Darky. It's so nice to have you here. How are you doing, friend? I actually have my macaw passed to me because the previous owner had grandchildren and she almost took off a finger. I promise she was the sweetest burb though. Oh goodness. Goose bumpers. Oh no. Oh, stop it. I keep imagining it over and over again, this macaw just almost taking off a finger, and then I'm like, no, stop it. Please stop. What? Melt, you've never had Mexican food? I mean, not traditional Mexican food, no, Toasty. Like, as close as I've gotten is eating a taco at a Taco Bell in Shanghai. And I feel that's probably the furthest thing from Mexican food that I can possibly eat. Very crap, these chronic ahead things. Been a few years since it was this bad. Love, love, love. Okay, so the rings now have separated and have turned into like slightly arched triangles, you know, still surrounding the said sphere. It's getting better, my friend. Maybe the migraine can be seen as the circle surrounding the sphere that is your beingness, and now it has broken into two different pieces, still spinning. Maybe it will continue to break. To you on a road trip, bro, that makes me so excited. I'm getting to watch Empire Strikes Back for the first time as an adult. Oh boy, you're in for a treat. Nani? Can't wait for the Souls next season. Like, I'm on season 1 still now, so Onyx, I'm like, I still have so many seasons left to go, dude. I'm so happy, bro. I don't think I could live without Mexican food. I mean, I still, like, again, I think it's probably one of those things where you don't know what you're missing until you know what you're missing, you know? Like, it's probably one of those. Mexican food is my main food group. Road trip, Edmund, indeed. Yes, that's it. The movie was good. Interesting. Oh, Would You Rather is the movie. Would You Rather? I don't think I've seen that, actually, Toasty. But not for this week. For the week of stomach. It was a watch for sure. Would You Rather? Man, I'm curious now. Maybe that's the movie we're talking about with the 10 people by the rich dude not playing this game or something. Same, I was raised on it. I recommend giving a deep pressure massage on your scalp. Ooh, good advice. Sometimes hitting tension points can help relieve pain. Besides that, Excedrin and it's not great for your liver long term. And take some Advil a few hours after. I'm guessing Excedrin is a medication. I thought for some reason Excedrin was like a chemical released if you like deep pressure scalp massage yourself, if you will. I just want to check if my phone is actually still lasting. It is, because it isn't fully charged, so it might die during our stream. Like foot massages as well. If you're going to go for like a scalp massage, do some foot massaging as well, actually. Maybe take a hot bath followed by a cold shower. You know, kind of increase the blood pressure and then reduce it as well. Maybe that might alleviate some of the pressure. Movie's called The Invitation, which is similar but way better. The protagonist also looks like Edmund a little. Okay, thanks for the kind words. Doing that now. You're so rad. He's so helpful. I mean, Aiden is very much a being of light as well. We definitely know that. I like Mexican food, but I had to stop eating a cuisine that would probably be it. I'm prepared to be roasted, except for tacos, soft shell or hard shell, Edmund. Like I literally, unfortunately, don't even have a preference because I don't know. I've never eaten them. Like I can't even say I'm, you know, one side or another, unfortunately. That's why I always feel like when we go into Taco Tuesdays, like I'm like out of the loop. I'm like, damn it. I've had 2 tacos from Taco Bell in Shanghai in my entire life. And you friends have probably had, you know, thousands of meals of tacos, and I'm just like, so limited informational set. But you friends get to have larger informational sets, so I'm living through you. Eat all of the tacos for me, friends, until I can make my way to America. What's your favorite, if I'm not Mexican? Soft corn? Not really. Now that I went and looked, just was absolutely breathtaking hair like you. Yeah, Edmund has like the hair goals. Breakfast burritos, second breakfast tacos, 11C's nachos, and man, you're making me so freaking hungry, you friends. Stop. I'm suffering here, and you're like, just how about this delicious thing, and how about this delicious thing, and me being a mental person, I'm like, it like literally appears in my mind, and my brain is like, oh, food. I'm like, no, no food. Food? No, and then I read again. Food? No! Not. God knows what's up. I need to do a Taco Tuesday on Discord. That was the correct answer. I still love you. Probably any type of Asian food. I also grew up eating Italian. I hope you have a good day, mate. And I really think about getting an extended warranty. Good day to you as well, the Batman. Thank you, friend. The only way I'll ever be attacked by an ostrich is if I climbed over the fence at the zoo. Now I want to try. No, Darkly. No, please no, don't do that. That's very unadvised. Alright, shower is free. I'm actually leaving now. Aiden, sending you so much love, my friend. I look forward to seeing you again. I can appreciate a nice man. I really hope I come in contact with an ostrich now. I'm ready. No, don't take my advice. I just saw this video. Like, I saw a video of someone doing it. Like, now I'm just imagining all of you friends going, oh yes, I can take this ostrich, takes book, pushes face away, gets mangled. And I'm like, Melt, how fucking dare you? I'm in the hospital right now. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, Ninja, like 404 Ninja rather. I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing so well. How are you feeling? How's life been treating you? I think, has it been like 6 days? Maybe like more than 6 days since we like met last? I wanna maybe post like the whole gift thing on my actual Reddit, like as a post to the friends that be willing to. And I wanna do it like once weekly because like I desperately want, you know, to have that camera so I can create with that camera. And then at the same time I feel I don't want to disturb or disrupt anybody's time. You know, it takes like what, max 5 minutes, even less. And yet my mind is like, no, don't you dare ask for 5 minutes of someone's time. Soft taco gags, your man and Dan, lol. I can get that, get with that. Thai food is amazing. Food? No, no, Brain, no food. Oh, so sweet. If you do prepare for a literal lifelong commitment and companionship, it's so rewarding. Yep. Like if you get like an African Grey, as Giovanna is saying, it's a lifelong commitment. That African Grey can outlive you. Lives like up to 80 years, but a ton of work, like having a kid, literally. And you know, the screaming and stuff like that is also a problem sometimes. Like they are a very small piece of rock that is causing me discomfort. They are very vocal, being parrots and all. Oh no, it's not that bad advice. Everything is good advice. Thank you so much, Kira. I appreciate you being willing to receive that as well. The diet is one of the little bits of cartilage in your ear. Like this little part. Melt ear reveal. I mean, there's so much. I'm guessing it's this part, maybe. Is everyone okay today? Anyone having a hard time but can't say it? My inbox and a heart are wide open. Thank you so much for extending that loving and warm invitation. I appreciate that so much, Kira. It's actually my next step friend. I think so as well. Diet is cartilage in your ear. Thank you, Elvin. I appreciate you letting me know as well. I hope it works for you, friend. My girlfriend just got hers done for her birthday. Has it helped her, Edmund? I'm curious now. The OG Darkly Manor. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the love, my friend. Sending you so much good vibes as well. Bless you. You're so sweet. Makes me really happy. Good morning, my friend. Good morning to you, friend. I hope you're well. I hope the Volvo is doing well as well. For real, Care, you make me swoon. Oh yes, Kira, you're such a beautiful being. I hope you know. Please do remember. Oh, let her know I'm going to her Pierce twin soon. I'm going to be her Pierce twin soon, I'm guessing. You do the same to me, and I just miss you daily more and more. Guess that means we need a meetup. Has to be that way, right? I hope it doesn't come across as rude, but Estian, if you come to America, you would get modeling for your gorgeous inside and out. It is recognizable even before you speak. It's like an aura. Oh, Heather, now you're you're pushing my buttons. No, it's not rude at all, friend. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's very beautiful. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. I would totally get a piercing with you. I'm long overdue for another. There we go. Something is working. Thank you, dear peeps. Pain is lessening. I feel it. Nigo. Whoa. A propyl hexadrin feels amazing. I don't know what propyl hexadrin is, unfortunately. It's just like Adderall. Oh, so dopamine. Yep, anything that messes with dopamine is gonna feel good, but it's also gonna leave you kind of in a hectic state afterwards as well. Then yes. Oh, body mods. Like, I don't think I'll ever get a piercing. Not, from any moral standpoint, just the thought of having something shot through skin viscerally disturbs me. Like, and it's kind of ironic as well, because in like high school it was a thing to like push a needle into your skin and then through the skin and then out of the skin again, and then have this needle like going through your skin, and then look at this type of vibes. But like imagining it go through like this little lob. Oh, like there's just something my brain is like, no. I'll make you some tacos someday, Mel. Dude, Edmund, especially yours, bro. Like, Edmund actually has this dream of eventually opening his own little taco van as well, going about the world, serving people delicious meals. And I still see it happening for you, Edmund. I mean, like, I think that's a little bit much. Like, when I close my eyes, I imagine this van who had like a taco as the shape of it, but I mean, who knows, dude? Maybe we could go that far. You in? Wouldn't be my first modeling shoot. Wouldn't be. I mean, technically, Toasty, that modeling shoot that you saw photos of was my modeling agency doing like portfolio shots. So I've technically not done any modeling work at all, really. Wouldn't be real tacos, dude. Like, you don't have to ask me twice, Edmund. Sign me up. Sign me up. Lies! Everyone has a preference when it comes to soft/hard shell melt. You just need to meditate on it, and you'll realize that it is soft shell, cause that's the only correct answer. I kind of agree with you, Toasty. No, not Toasty. Dan. But the reason I don't completely agree with you is because I kind of imagine the soft shell encapsulating the hard shell, so that all of the little flaky bits falls back into the soft shell, and then eating it like that. So you have the initial soft, like teeth feel, if you will, then a snap crunch, then the good insides. So I can be in the center. I do not have to take sides. I can love you both, my crispy hard shell taco child and my soft shell soft child. Both of you have a place in my heart. Not everything that's real was imagined first, no proof of that, but everything that was created by us was imagined first, except for accidental inventions. So, Chow, I know now that you don't believe in a God, right? Like, I don't believe in the traditional Christian understanding of the God, of it being this, big entity somewhere out there in the universe, and then he made us, and now he's still there, and we have to do all of these things, and then if we're lucky, if we're not sinful, if we're not being judged, then we can, reach that point. I believe all of it is encompassed within what my consideration of God is, and within that consideration of God, I also understand that it would probably be divine mind. And for us to be real as we are, we would have had to be an imagination in the mind of God first. And that's why I believe that, yes, everything is in fact imagined first and then real second, Chow. But that's just me, dude. Like, I don't love you any less for not believing the same thing. This is why we get to co-create. If you didn't say that, I wouldn't be able to say what I did. And this is exactly what life is about. I have so many already, but I'm tempted. I mean, you do look good with your piercings, though. Toasty, I have to say, bro, you do rock it, man. I just don't think I would be able to. Like, imagine me with an earring. Would it fit? Imagine me like with a stud here. I feel like it would be out of character for me, like for me personally. Like, would you imagine me with it? Forgot you're fast, ST. I'm so, no, you don't have to be sorry, Kira. No sorries whatsoever. It just feels even more like novel. It's like this, the universe is like, oh, you sure? You're sure? And like, yeah, I'm sure. Are you sure you're sure? I'm sure I'm sure. Are you sure you're sure you're sure? Yeah? I am sure that there is something, right? The accent doesn't hurt. I had listened to him read the encyclopedia. Just washes my anxiety away. And that is a tough gig. Wise, kind, gentle, bright and adorable. That's a killer combo. Oh, Heather, you want me to turn into a little puddle? Melt to the point where I'm just going to flow over the edges of this little cushion. Thank you, friend. Your love is so felt, so appreciated. So much love back to you. I must not make joke. Always room for more holes in your body. Trying hard. Oh, I've seen just a few pics. I may or may not have took a screenshot for my journal and motivation board. There we go. You're also on the sexy list, if you will, Kyle. The moment I'm an empty nester, all kids grown and out of the house, I'm getting burps. Yes, Kira, I love that. Follows Melt advice on ostrich encounters next day. Shows up to work riding tamed ostrich. Man, how sick would that be, dude? We just kind of like fare into the rest of the world, and then the next day we all show up on wild animals. Some of us riding rhinos, some of us riding elephants, lions, tigers. Just each and every single one of us now has the complete ability, so aligned with our sacral chakras. No. Up. Our crown chakras and our, intuition, that we can completely tune into the understanding of these animals and have them tune into our understanding of them as well. That we can just ride these beasts. Man, that sounds like the better alternative to what I said. Thank you, Ninja, for taking that puzzle piece and putting yours in, dude. I love that. What the Fruit Loop? Melt never had tacos. I've had Taco Bell tacos in Shanghai. I don't think that technically qualifies as Mexican food. I think the Mexicans would, stone me. Maybe I'd like that if I were to say something like that. Gone. Taco Bell is a crappy representation of Great Taco. There we go. He's made a taco before. The OG Taco Tuesday. That started it all. So, I don't think it was a taco. Like, we have those pita breads. Maybe I could make myself Mexican food. Maybe that's the alternative. I mean, I feel kind of stupid right now that I didn't just go basically straight to that. That I can just Google how to make authentic Mexican tacos, and I can just buy all of the ingredients and follow the instructions, and I could potentially have Mexican food. Yeah. It hurts being stupid sometimes. It's like the ear thumb. Holds the earbuds in. No, this is the ear thumb. Mariah. What a weird thing to say. I love it. The ear thumb. Yes. My ear thumbs. Excuse me, what did you just say? I said my ear thumbs. What do you mean your ear thumbs? You know, the little thumb that keeps your earphone in? Are you talking about your Diet? Nope, ear thumbs. I love that taco. It made it work. He made it work with what he had, and it looked great. I think it probably was the furthest thing from, but it was still fantastic. Week after Ostrich Army, written by all of us. Just, you know, we go from being the Melt Gang to being Ostrich fam. All of us riding ostriches. That's the one thing that we have in common. Oh, why are you friends? We ride ostriches. Excuse me? Yep, you heard me. This makes me think of the war the Australians lost to the emus. Yeah, imagine that. You know, they literally had an actual war declaration against these animals because they were becoming a, you know, nuisance, and they lost. They actually lost. It's kind of hilarious. Google Kevin Hart's ostrich story, and one of his sets. Oh, Kevin Hart is such a gem as well. I would love to actually hear that. In my day, we could just staple our forearms in the photography darkroom. High schoolers are so... Oh goodness. Yeah, like I saw one kid in high school do that as well, where he like hit the stapler on his arm, and like the flat little side of the stapler was flush to his arm, and every single cell of my being was just like, why would you do that? Why are you doing this? Stop, please. Please stop. Right now. Eva's doing some shenanigans. She looks like she's being sick. Cliffy, hoofdies. Hope you feel better. Hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Same. I got noodle. Hey, hooligans! So nice to have you here, Fred. Thank you for joining us. Dude, thank you for remembering that and your support. I love your vision. Dude, I love you, Edmund. I love you, dude. I see so much love yet to come into your life. So much inspiration, so much divine experience, dude. You are so worthy. Shut the fudge up. I was thinking of the same thing. Where do you fill out the form things to help streamers? I would fill it out if I have an idea what you're speaking of. Also, can I reach a Redditor? Only vote once. No, you can literally vote in an indefinite amount of times, interestingly enough, Heather. And if you want to find it the easiest way, it would be to go directly to the Discord's general tab, go to pinned comments, and then it should be the one on top. Both the little gift I want, you can just copy the link, and the reason I want it is encapsulated in that text. If you would be willing to add Uncle Becky and the same gift as well, and it's insane, and the same gift. All of us friends want to start creating, you know, 360 content. You don't only have to create 360 content of that as well. Like, woo, I'm looking so forward to showing you kids. Did I almost just say showing you kids? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from. Maybe just from the feeling of showing kids things. I look forward to showing you friends, you know, the content that you can make with those things, and it's exciting me just thinking about it. It's actually better for getting shots. The more relaxed your muscle is, the less resistance the needle has going in for you, particularly don't feel it. So, it's interesting that you say that, Edmund. Recent study came out that some of the adverse effects due to COVID vaccines might not even be directly due to the COVID vaccine. It's due to people or nurses injecting the COVID vaccine directly into a vein instead of injecting it intramuscularly. So the way that you test is to pull the plunger back. If you see blood in your syringe, you've hit a vein. And that's the reason people are having negative effects. It's because it's going directly into the bloodstream instead of slowly dissipating within a muscle. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Me too, I don't believe in God in the traditional sense, but I believe that my idea of God is basically luck. Luck? I mean, there is a luck God, you know, if you will. But I don't think it's the only one, Chow. Like, I think the luck God is significantly limited, you know, because he kind of bets on having luck, as in has to have things happen better, right? Where my idea of God is all-encompassing. Both luck and bad luck is inside of it. There's no separation from any of it. That makes a lot of sense. The difference between the needle they used when you donate blood and the needles in a room, and needles is a huge enormous. I like needles. I'm weird. I also don't mind needles, interestingly enough, Kira. Like, I'm one of those weirdos that loves watching, you know, when they put the needle in me if I'm going to be donating blood, because I am more like likely to kind of flinch if I just feel a pain in my arm without knowing what that is or when it's supposed to come. So watching, I can see as the needle enters my arm or touches my skin and then pierces my skin, so I don't have to be afraid or, you know, worry about when the pain is gonna come. Back from my shower, and y'all are still here. Yeah, it seems like this is going to be the never-ending stream. Talking about 222 on the clock right now. It's still going. I just die every time it's mentioned. Just imagine a military lined up, emus stampeding towards them. A few shots and they scatter and all run away. I originally came here for some good vibes, but now I want tacos. That a niner? Me too. Me too. Actually, a small nostril hoop would look kind of cool on you. One of these? You think so? Man, am I getting peer pressure? Like, I would actually consider it, but I would probably get one of those that don't actually pierce if I were to do something like that. I agree. Chance, probability, luck, and coincidence is what God is to me, because it helps to put a label on it. You know, Chow, unfortunately, as soon as you try and put a label on God, you already have it missed, dude. Like, we do not have the mental capacity to label God, unfortunately. You know, if you just look at the scale of our universe and the scale of us in this universe, if there was a God that created this entire universe, us being so insignificantly small in the scale of that means we also have an insignificant amount of processing power in the scale of all of that. And if the God, you know, potential that created that could create all of that and still be encompassed or have that encompassed within him, so he's even larger than that, it's not possible. It's just not possible for us to label that, unfortunately. And as soon as you do, you're limiting yourself, Chow. Don't label God. Don't label yourself, dude. It's infinite. All of it's infinite. Remember snake bites? I always thought those were a little interesting. Does liquid leak from their lip? No, interestingly enough, they have needles. They have needles, like there's a hollow tube inside of their fangs. And then they pierce you, and then they have like these venom sacs on their faces that they squeeze, injecting the venom into you. It's kind of hectic, dude. I smoked way too much before class one day, and I learned about this whole wicked thing. I can't even imagine it right now. Oh, about the emo war. Oh, well, hello. Au revoir. Oh, Avemi. Has it been 3 months? Thank you for joining us again, my friend. Man, I'm like parroting about my camera, you know, dropping. Not because I worry about it dropping, because I know that if it drops, I'm going to have to go and download this entire stream's worth of footage and then apply it over, and it's already going to take me like longer than an hour and a half to edit this video and then render it. And then I'm going to have to upload it, which is going to take me an hour and 10 minutes, which means I'm only going to get to bed at later than 10. I'm like, unfortunately, my brain just never stops. It's like extrapolating into the future constantly. I need to be here now. Here in Canada, we ride geese to work. Parking is not a problem. They just kind of flee to the sky when they're not in use, if you will. I usually just ignore them. By ignore, I mean I give them about 80 feet. You have your space and I have my space. Thank you. 80 feet is the oh goodness converter, but I'm not gonna even read that. It's too useless. Why should I care, bro? Are you a Pokemon trainer? I mean, at one point I was, I guess. I'm guessing you're talking probably about the whole mounting all of the wild animals and riding them to work comment. But I used to play Pokemon, so yes, I am a Pokemon trainer. I actually have a friend that, you know, participated in South African competitions in Pokemon and stuff. I must head out, friends. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday. You too. Thank you, Edmund. Thank you for joining us. It's been so much fun indeed having you here. It's insane. This stream was so much fun. I love this community that lifts my spirits every day. Thank you for streaming for so long, bro. Thank you for staying for so long, Toasty. This is a co-created experience, my friend. As long as I stay, it's as long as we get to experience. And like it's never fun for me to leave, but again, like I'm so time oriented and I try to be as punctual as I can, especially if I set these like bedtimes for myself. Then I get myself into these loops, dude. I wasn't sure if the professor was pranking us or maybe it was real. And then it was very concerning. It would happen on campus. Emus just taking over. Like, this is our spot now. No humans allowed, only emus. Have emus making nests and desks and stuff. Have a blessed day, bro. Love you all. Very not Bert. Yeah, seriously, Estian. Thank you for staying on so long. It means a lot. Like, you have no idea how much it means for you to be here with me right now as well, friend. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are all children. Yes, we are, Toasty. You are completely right. I just felt like that kids, or maybe it was just my interpretation of it, was like a belittling, or like a, yeah, I am an adult, you are the kids. And I was like, no, that's definitely not what I want to think or say. If there were a large number of emus, I would be concerned as well, all the time plotting their revenge. I kind of liked your calling us kids. Kira, thank you, my friend. The meld rising a tame ostrich joke made me laugh so hard my sides hurt. Thank you for that. Thank you indeed, Ninja, and thank you, Heather, for being able to laugh and experience so viscerally. What is an adult but a child who was forced out of the tutorial level? Oh, what a good point. And again, we're all children of this planet. We don't cease being a child of something, right? We're a child to our mother, even after she passes as well. We're always children, ceaselessly. There is some deep breath in the comment. Whoa. There's some deep depth in their comment. Going to ponder this a while today. Thank you for this. Toasty bringing such a beautiful perspective as well. Glad I could make you laugh. My job for the day is done. You have brought light and love and laughter into this world. Ninja, thank you, my friend. Thanksgiving at Edmund's. No side nostrils. Not septum. Oh, like one of these. Okay, thank you. This is a septum. Interesting. Why you heathens are over soft. I am in the kitchen crushing my taco shells into bit-sized chips, and I make a taco salad. Like Heather is, you know, big brain, next level, all above us. Snake bites are piercings on your lower lip, right under where your canines meet your lips. I do have canines. Interestingly enough, they discolor quicker than the rest of my teeth. Something I've noticed as well. I learn something new every day, Toasty. Are we the same person? This is an appropriate use of hard shells. I approve. Our family situation, our personalities. Now this spooky, right? Have a wonderful evening, Melt. Sending calming vibes your way. Thank you so much, Toasty. Sending them right back your way as well. Go night night, brother Estian. That's just a gentle yet firm recommendation. Love you. Red, thank you, Red Ray, for the fat bat you're dropping on the stream. I appreciate you so much. How have you been, friend? It's been a while since I've seen you. I haven't been called kid in a long time. I really dug it. Alvin, you friends are just so awesome. Like, genuinely. Oh, camera is still going. Like, I cannot even fathom the amount of acceptance and love we have for one another. It's too much sometimes. And yet, the perfect amount. Go to bed! Or you're grounded. You're eternal. No, dude, it's the same, bruh. If you read it, it's gonna come out man. I'm totally sorry. Please forgive me. I legit didn't even notice, man. It didn't even come up as a blimp in my thought. Maybe we should come up with some signal that we all type out when Melt needs to go, and it signals us all to say see you soon, and then stop commenting. No, Kira, I don't want that at all, my friend. Genuinely, like, being able to be here and being so viscerally involved and genuinely connected with your friends and, you know, co-creating back and forth, that's what it's all about. I don't want you to stop. I don't want you, to feel like you need to stop at all. That's the last thing that I would want. Melting feelings, like he needs to read all the comments. I'm trying to. Relief pressure. I made it everything this. I'm high. Sorry. No, didn't have to be sorry at all, Kira. Like, I genuinely feel where you're coming from, and I appreciate it so much. I don't think it would be necessary. Like, I'm intimidated sometimes. Like, it's already the way that it is, and we're like 9 months in, and it will only get worse, and it's something that I'm worried about sometimes, because I want to continue giving every single one of you time, because that's what's most important to me. That's exactly why we're here. Man, there's so many bugs. That's what it's about, genuinely, my friend. How does one define enlightenment? Enlightenment, at least to me, the definition of it is the beam of light realizing its source. As a beam of light emanating from this sun creation, it is the realization that you are, as a light beam, coming from the ultimate source. That is what enlightenment means to me, friend. It's kind of basic, but it's a beautiful way to analogize it, if you will. I'm like 20 years older than you, but you can still call me kid anytime. I'll doubt that, and I know. I love you, friend. Deep and honest spirit fulfillment. Ooh, deep and honest spiritual fulfillment. That's beautiful as well. Thank you, Toasty. Talk. Man, I love you as well, Ninja Banana. Oh, thank goodness. I don't want to stop. I was just getting overprotective of you. I felt that. I genuinely did feel that, Kira. Thank you, my friend. Thank every single one of you. Friends, I appreciate you sharing this time with me. I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.